Good afternoon. This is Law is Stranger Than Fiction. I'm one of your hosts, Barry Scholl.
I'm your other host, Steven Bergman. We are shareholders at the law firm of Richards Brandt Miller Nelson in Salt Lake City, Utah.
And today we are going to start with the question, do the dead have privacy rights?
Before I answer the question, Barry, why are you asking?
This question comes to the forefront as a result of a recent incident in a Denver hospital in which 5 nurses were disciplined for playing peekaboo with a patient both before and after his untimely demise. Evidently this particular gentleman was very well endowed. One told the others, and then serially they went to investigate.
Okay, and so you're saying this was both before and after he died?
Yes.
All right. I'm not even sure I want to know, but so before, you mean like they were literally just going into the guy's room and lifting up his robe and looking at him, or?
Apparently so, yes.
Okay, and after he was dead, they did the same thing?
Apparently so. Unfortunately, the answer is yes.
Okay. Before I go on, how did they get caught?
A 6th nurse who was not participating in these activities heard them talking and turned them in.
And she was able to figure out what they were talking about based on the dialogue, I assume?
And the length of the conversation, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a big topic. What can I say? So, to answer your question, the answer is yes. The dead do have privacy rights. They're entitled to dignity. They're entitled to be treated with care. They're entitled to be treated with respect. And there are a number of statutes in Utah and virtually every other state to protect the rights of the dead. Your question raises some other issues, though. So you said these nurses were disciplined. How are they disciplined?
Well, the police were summoned and determined there wasn't enough information to bring criminal charges, but they were suspended, and each had a note put in their file.
Okay, I can only imagine what that note in the file must have said. So it raises a number of employment issues. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes,
okay.
Definitely.
What about retaliation? Did these nurses retaliate against the person who exposed their entertainment scheme?
There's no evidence to that effect.
Okay. But now if you're an employer and you've got employees in a situation like this or something else arises, you do have to worry about that. How do you protect an employee who informs you about potentially illegal activity that other employees are doing? Because you as an employer want to know what's going on in your company, and you want to be protected, because if your employees do something illegal, you as an employer could potentially be liable for that.
Yep.
So what about liability? Are there liability issues here with this hospital?
Well, undoubtedly.
Okay. I wonder how they protect against that one. So, and then the question is, of course, how does the individual whose parts were examined, did they disclose to the family?
Apparently not.
Okay, so I'd love to see how somebody claiming it was their family member tried to figure that one out. So the short answer, though, is yes, the dead do have privacy rights, and if you're an employer and you have issues that between employees infighting, or one employee is telling you about illegal activities, potentially illegal activities another one is doing, you need to talk to qualified counsel. We at Richards Brandt Miller Nelson have a number of employment law attorneys who can assist you in that regard.